Hey everybody, welcome to 2024 and the first official episode of GolfNewsRI, the podcast with Joe Calabro. Thanks everybody for tuning in. It's a bit of a rebranding of the Golf Dudes podcast. We're excited for that. And basically, it's going to be the same type of thing. The goal is obviously going to be to get interviews and get guests on throughout the year and the season. So hopefully we're going to start with that next week, hopefully, if things work out. So here we are. Hope everyone had a great holiday. Everyone had a great New Year, or has had a great New Year so far. And we're excited for 2024 to get going. So there's that. So a couple of things to get to today. Again, GolfNewsRI, the podcast, episode 1 here. Again, the goal is going to be to have guests on and do interviews and conversations and stuff. So hopefully, again, we'll start that next week, or to have some sort of content on a nearly weekly basis to show off. So thanks to everybody for following along. Hope everyone enjoyed their holiday, and hope everyone enjoyed our end of year content. It's always kind of fun to put those things together, kind of see what stories carried the year, what people read. Obviously, some of this stuff is objective, like the reason to be excited for 2024 and things of that nature. But some of it, a lot of those, like the rankings, the top 10 stories and top 10 pro golf stories, that's all just kind of based off of views and reads and stuff. So hope everyone enjoyed that. Thanks for sharing them. Thanks for liking them. And I think our players to watch in 2024 are going to really have an impact. I feel good about them, picking them. There are others that are in the mix that we could have put in. Certainly feel like I could have put URI's Bryson Richards as a player to watch in 2024 on the men's side, but I left it at Drew McLeod and Larry LaFauci respectively. So we're excited for those. Excited for the season to get here. Obviously, there's still a long ways to go. So there's that. So anyway, thanks to everybody on that. Big story this week. A couple of days ago, the East Providence Waterfront Commission unveiled plans for the Metacomet property. So the Metacomet thing is still going. 4 of our top 10 stories in 2023 were Metacomet related, which shows you how much of a story it still is. There's that. So the Metacomet thing, if you saw the video, it's on our website. We'll play it for you here in a minute. We'll play the whole video from the East Providence Waterfront Commission. So we'll see. Actually, I mean, watching the video, it looks like a kind of a Garden City type area. It actually looked, I'm going to get in trouble for saying this with the Metacomet people, but it actually looked kind of nice. In fact, of course, a video is a video, and then a video to real life is 2 different things. But with that said, it actually looked nice. Now, on our end, they didn't really show a ton of the golf course, if any of the golf course. They showed like half of like one hole in like the corner of the screen that you can see. They have like their fake people on there. And I don't know what hole that would be. So they didn't really show much of the golf course. They mostly just showed the shopping center and everything else. So still waiting to see kind of an official completion of the golf course and what it looks like. It is our understanding that the course is done. All the work is done on the course and it's ready to open, other than regular golf course maintenance that every course goes through. So that's our understanding. But here's the video from the East Providence Waterfront Commission. So check that out, and then see you in about 2 minutes. All right, welcome back to Golf News RI, the podcast. That was the video of the plans to develop Metacomet, courtesy of the East Providence Waterfront Commission. As you can see, they have shopping centers and some residential areas and restaurants and other things. So it looks like it's going to be quite the build out. They give you this data in the video of what it all is. So it will be interesting to see how much of that actually happens or when it happens or whatever the case may be. Again, I was they didn't show any of the golf course, so there's I guess they're keeping that under wraps for now. But I think Golf News RI's understanding is that the course is done and it's pretty much ready to open, other than just regular maintenance. So that's where we are. The other big story, of course, the PGA Tour season starts today, and the Century Tournament of Champions down in Hawaii. Interesting, fascinating time in golf. Rory McIlroy came out the other day and talked about how he was too hard on Liv, and now he's kind of accepting it as part of the sport. And it seems to then Phil Mickelson tweeted about his comments, about Rory's comments, saying that to not pile on and that we have to put the kind of the hostilities aside type of thing. So there's still no agreement between the PGA Tour and the PIF. The deadline was supposed to be at the end of 2023. But as many of you know, that deadline was extended. So there's still negotiations. The PGA Tour is still negotiating with groups like the Fenway Sports Group and others for extra funding or whatever it may be. So we're still waiting on results of that and to figure out what the golf scene is going to look like on the professional side of things. So still no word on the street there, but it seems like the players are starting to kind of realize that Liv is here to stay, and this agreement, one way or the other, has to get done for the betterment of the sport and really for the betterment of the PGA Tour, because they, as it has been reported, they need kind of the money and the finances to have host events, and they have sponsors dropping out. They've had I think 2 sponsors drop out at the end of 2023. So that's going to be the big underlying story of the year until this agreement gets done. It'll be interesting to see how much coverage it gets down at the tournament in Maui, or how much it's talked about anyway. And it feels like Jon Rahm leaving to Live kind of was a turning point in kind of changing people's minds a little bit anyway. So that's what's going on in pro golf. And again, it'd be fascinating to follow along with throughout the course of the season. If and when this deal gets done, something's going to happen at some point. It feels like it has to at this point. So there is that. So the only other thing we should tell you about, you saw the article, our friends at Pin Golf are doing a January sale, a post-Christmas sale, 15% off pinned merch using our discount code GolfNewsRI. So if you need something, if you didn't get your Christmas shopping in, check out Pinned and buy some stuff using our discount code. We actually already had, because we get emails, or I get emails about sales with people using our code. We actually already got, I think, 1 or 2 yesterday. So that's pretty good. But anyway, so thank you to everybody for that. And yeah, so this is 2024. Super excited for the year. Obviously, highlighted by the U.S. Senior Open at Newport Country Club, and then the LPGA Tour in Boston, plus all the other events as well. The amateur at Warwick, which should be great theater. Davis Chatfield and Patrick Welch start their seasons next week. On the Korn Ferry Tour, their second seasons. For Chatfield, his second full season, and for Welch, obviously, it's his first full season. So that'll be fun to follow and see how they do. Again, see if they can get the PGA Tour cards, get a win. We'll see what happens. But that'll start next week. So we'll obviously have coverage of that as well. So yeah. So Golf News RI, the podcast, episode 1. is in the books. Again, the purpose of this is hopefully to get interviews on every show or some sort of content for every show, and then build it out from there. We also have some other things in the works potentially, podcast wise and content wise. So we will keep you posted on all of that. But thank you so much to everybody for all your continued support of GolfNewsRI.com. We did over 270,000 page views in 2023. I personally was hoping to get to 300,000, but we fell just short. And we again looking at some of those lists, top 10 stories and such. We did some great journalism, some great reporting, and some great stories. So again, thank you so much to everybody. Really appreciate it. And we will talk to you next week on Golf News RI, the podcast. I'm Joe Calabro. Hope everyone has a great rest of your day, rest of your week, and we'll talk to you all weekend long, of course, on GolfNewsRI.com.